What is up, people? Is NextGenNovelist, and I wanted to make a video talking about something that caught my attention regarding the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 3. So this is going to be a little bit of a kind of theory type video. I've always wanted to make a theory kind of video, and I will fully be honest with you. There is a good possibility that I'm completely pulling at straws here, but that's the fun in theory videos, and that's the fun about them, is just exploring ideas. Anyway, so I'll get into it. Basically, when I watched the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, something stood out to me. Obviously, a lot of things stood out to me, such as it reminded me, the city, reminded me of Insomnia. The Shinjuku part where Riku was reminded me of Insomnia from Final Fantasy 15 or Versus 13. And there was that part to it, but I'm not going to talk too much about how this reminds me of Versus 13 or whatever, because people have already done that, and I'm pretty much in agreement with most of what I'm hearing. But I wanted to point out a detail that I didn't see a lot of people talking about in regards to the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, and when people were kind of giving their ideas and their thoughts and their theories on it. One thing that stood out to me, and it really is only one detail, so as I say, I could be completely clutching at straws here with this, but there was a tech demo released about 4 months ago by Visual Works, who do the CGI work for Square Enix. I found the tech demo to be quite cool anyway when I watched it. The first time I thought it looked gorgeous. I really liked the kinds of ideas and concepts I was seeing in there. And when I looked at it, I thought, oh, this is quite interesting. I hope this actually is going to be a game. And some people have said they think it's going to be Final Fantasy 16, and something like that, or potentially a completely new IP. But now that I've seen the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm getting a feeling that potentially there's something maybe connected here. There is a very, very damn good chance there's absolutely no connection, because really this is all being held together by the fact that Yozora's eyes are different colors. One is red and one is blue, and the woman who is featured in the tech demo in the trailer also has the same kind of thing. Now, considering they're both Square Enix related and they've both come out recently close to each other, I have a feeling there's something going on there. It may seem unlikely that this is even the case, and that they're connected in any sense, because for starters, it's a tech demo, right? And tech demos are usually not made into any kind of actual game. A lot of times they don't actually, nothing becomes of them, especially in Square Enix's case. And they did a tech demo a matter of years ago which was called Agnes Philosophy, and nothing happened with it up until this date, right? But nothing happened with it specifically in terms of making a game that was based on the trailers shown. However, the tech that was actually being shown in that demo actually was used for Final Fantasy 15, and it actually became a bit of, like, I guess you could say, like the basis for it. Okay, so this is actually something that happens with the tech demos, because they're usually there to showcase that there may be a new game being used with a new kind of engine. Now, consider that this tech demo only came out 4 months ago, and by that point Kingdom Hearts 3 was completely ready for launch, okay, and supposedly the secret ending was also completely done, and Nomura would have been already planning for the next stage of the forthcoming saga by the point that was made. Now, it may seem unlikely because the setting of the demo is in space, right, whereas Shibuya and Shinjuku are supposedly not. However, if we focus on the Shinjuku setting in particular, it's possible that it is in space, because in the tech demo, there's this sort of sky door that opens up in a kind of dome-like fashion, revealing what is otherwise a regular looking city is actually in space. And if you look at the architecture shown in the demo trailer, it's clearly Japanese. So unlike Agnes Philosophy, the previous tech demo, which had a more kind of Middle Eastern tone to it, this one is closer to Japan, and the city being shown is if I'm honest with you, not too different to what something like Insomnia or Shinjuku could potentially look like. Now, maybe it is a stretch, okay? I mean, but I don't see any reason why it couldn't be possible. I mean, heck, alright, you could even say that, let's say it isn't Shinjuku in space, but space could still be accessible in that world. If we look at the world of Verum Rex, we can see they clearly have advanced technology. So who's to say that space travel isn't also potentially a thing? Okay, so another thing you could throw against this is that, you know, it's unlikely because Visual Works themselves have asked people to share their ideas for the redhead woman's character. So the woman featured in the trailer with the red hair, the purpose to some extent was to actually get some kind of sharing of ideas from the public. And so they're telling people, you know, you don't have to limit yourself to the story or the tone of the trailer. So you could argue, well, if they're asking anyone and everyone for ideas about this character, then who's this, like, why would it be used in an actual IP? That's a very good point and fair enough. But I suppose if it is that open and it's not specifically tied to an actual IP, if it's not tied to any actual official kind of project, then there's no reason why Nomura couldn't also be using ideas from it or try to make something similar to it. I'm also aware that Noctis had red eyes in Versus 13, okay, and that could be why both his eyes have different colors, why one's red and one's blue. And yes, I realize that Yozora's right eye is red and his left eye is blue, whilst the woman from the demo's eyes are the opposite, okay? But it's funny to me how in the demo trailer, these eyes are clearly significant to whatever minimal amount of narrative they wanted to tell with this tech demo trailer, right? Like, the fact that they have one eye red and blue is, for this trailer's story, significant. Yeah, they may not have had a specific reason why they did it, and maybe they just wanted, you know, to focus on the eyes just to focus on them. But I do think it's kind of interesting that that's there, and then shortly after, Nomura releases something which features a character whose one of their most distinctive features is that one of their eyes is red and one of them is blue. I mean, literally 4 months ago, from the same company, we get a tech demo with something that looks like that, you know. So I'm not saying that the tech demo is showing the next Kingdom Hearts or showing this Verum Rex game necessarily, but I do think that there's potentially some kind of link there. I do want to point out, a lot of people have said that they already think this tech demo could potentially be a Final Fantasy 16, and Nomura clearly wanted, and I would say still wants to make Versus 13, which was a Final Fantasy game, right? So given that the tech demo is not officially any particular IP, or even a teaser for an official upcoming unnamed IP yet, there's nothing saying Nomura wouldn't be interested in this, you know, or take something from it. I mean, for one thing, he himself could have somewhat been behind it for all we know. So yes, there could be absolutely zero connection, you know, and if not for the eye thing, I probably wouldn't even be bringing any of this up. But since whatever Nomura's next project is will still be on the drawing board at the moment, I don't see any reason why Nomura couldn't potentially draw inspiration from something within the same company he's already in, you know. I mean, literally whoever was working on this demo could have discussed it with him and he started getting some ideas. I mean, they were looking for people to give ideas. Who's to say Nomura wasn't just jumped in on it? If that is true in any way, then we could potentially look at this demo as well to give us a bit more of a further idea of what we may have in store for us with Nomura's next work. Or, as I keep saying, it could be completely unrelated and they just shared this one little thing and it's a complete coincidence and there's absolutely nothing more to it. It's something to think about. I just wanted to make a fun kind of theory video because I've always wanted to make one, and this one's kind of relevant. So I'll leave it at that. But anyway, thank you for watching, and be sure to keep an eye out for my next video. What is my next video, you ask? Well, the thing is, I shouldn't really tell you that. Don't want to build up your expectations. But okay. Well, it's based